At the beginning of the story, we see a dense forest where a couple, Rick and Haley, are mountain climbing. Rick reaches the top before Haley and says to her, "I told you, you can't beat me." After that, Rick looks around the forest. As far as his eyes can see, there is nothing but thick jungle, no sign of any human presence. Rick calls out to Haley, telling her to hurry up and come up because the forest looks incredibly beautiful from there. Saying this, Rick moves forward. Now Haley tries to climb up alone. Suddenly, her foot slips and she starts falling, but somehow she manages to control herself. She then calls out to Rick for help, but Rick doesn't respond. Suddenly, Rick falls down from the edge of the cliff. When Haley looks toward Rick, a few drops of blood fall on her face. Seeing this, she becomes terrified. She is still trying to understand what is happening when suddenly someone lifts Rick's body and throws it down. Witnessing this, Haley feels her breath getting stuck in her throat. Somehow, Haley struggles to free herself and tries to climb down. But then someone starts pulling her up using the rope. Out of fear, Haley cuts the rope to save herself, causing her to fall straight down near Rick's body. Seeing Rick dead, Haley starts crying loudly. He starts running rapidly toward her. Seeing this, Haley runs toward her car to save her life. But while running, her foot gets tangled in barbed wire, causing her to fall to the ground. At that moment, we see someone dragging Haley away. Now, we learn that many people have been going missing in this area of West Virginia, and locals believe that strange-looking people live in this forest who eat human flesh. Anyone who enters this forest is killed by them. In the next scene, we see a man named Chris sitting in a car on the road. Chris is on his way to a job interview. After driving some distance, he gets stuck in heavy traffic on the highway. When he realizes that the vehicles are not moving at all, he gets out of his car and asks a truck driver about the reason for the traffic jam. The truck driver tells him that a chemical truck overturned 3 miles ahead and its chemicals have spilled all over the road, so the traffic might take several hours to clear. Chris becomes worried because he is already late for his interview. Waiting here would mean missing it completely. So, Chris turns his car around to look for an alternate route. While driving, he tries calling the company to explain his situation, but due to the mountainous area, his phone loses signal. After driving further, Chris sees a sign for a gas station and thinks he might get help there. On the way, he notices several abandoned cars, which feels strange, but he ignores it and reaches the gas station. There, he sees an old man in very poor condition. Chris asks him about a phone, and the old man points toward it. Chris tries calling, but the phone is broken. Chris becomes even more stressed. Then he notices a map hanging there, which shows a dirt road leading to the city that connects back to the highway. Chris decides to take that route. After driving for a while, he comes to a fork with 2 roads. Confused, Chris chooses the road, passing through the forest, thinking it's a shortcut. He doesn't know that this decision will become the biggest mistake of his life. Soon, he sees a dead deer on the road. Looking at it, he loses focus and crashes into another car. Luckily, Chris isn't badly hurt. The other car belongs to a group of students who came to explore the forest. Chris apologizes and offers to pay for the damages. He asks them why their car was parked in the middle of the road. A girl named Jessie explains that someone placed barbed wire across the road, puncturing their tire. It was clearly done on purpose. Chris's car is also damaged, so they're all stuck. Jessie suggests going back to a gas station to use a phone, but Chris tells them the phone there is broken. They decide to move forward together in search of help. They leave Evan and Francine behind to watch the car and supplies. While walking, they see a dead animal crushed badly, then burning tires ahead. Receivable realizes this place is not normal and urges everyone to stay alert. Meanwhile, Evan and Francine wait by the car. Evan hears strange noises from the forest and decides to check, asking Francine to stay in the car. Evan doesn't return. Worried, Francine goes searching and finds Evan's shoe, then a severed human ear with earrings Evan's ear. Terrified, she realizes the danger, but before she can escape, someone attacks and kills her. Back with the others, they reach the end of the road and enter deeper into the forest. They find a house and feel hopeful. But around the house are many abandoned cars, which feels disturbing. Chris knocks, gets no response, and they enter. Inside, the house is filthy and abandoned. They search for a phone or radio and find dozens of car keys. When Chris opens the fridge, he is horrified to see human body parts stored in jars. Jessie finds a dead body in the bathtub and the same barbed wire used on the road. They realize the people living here are extremely dangerous. As they try to escape, they hear a vehicle approaching. They hide under beds and inside cupboards. Three monstrous cannibals enter and throw Francine's body onto the floor in front of them. The cannibals begin cutting and eating her. Jessie almost screams, but Chris covers her mouth. After the cannibals fall asleep, Chris, Jessie, Carly, and Natasha quietly escape. Just as Chris is about to leave, one cannibal wakes up and spots him. The group runs into the forest while the cannibals chase them in a car. They reach a place filled with abandoned vehicles, but none of them start. The cannibals arrive and surround them. Chris distracts them so the others can steal their car, but he gets shot in the leg. Carly runs to divert the cannibals and is killed by an arrow. Jessie and Natasha rescue Chris and escape in the cannibals' car. Later, they reach a blocked road and continue on foot. Exhausted, they find a wooden watchtower and climb it. Inside, they find a first aid kit and a radio. Natasha treats Chris's leg. They try calling for help. A police officer hears their distress signal, but the cannibals also hear it and set the tower on fire. The group escapes by jumping onto nearby trees. Natasha is killed during the escape. Chris and Jessie reach a waterfall and survive the night. In the morning, they find a road butt. A cannibal attacks again. Jessie is captured. Chris reaches a police car, but before he can explain, the officer is killed by an arrow. Chris hides, clings beneath the cannibal's car, and reaches there. House, the cannibals plan to cook Jessie alive. Chris sets the house on fire, rams the car inside, kills two cannibals, and frees Jessie. Together, they fight and finally escape. With one bullet left, Chris shoots the gas tank of the police car, causing a massive explosion that kills the remaining cannibals. Chris and Jessie escape in the cannibals' vehicle and return to the gas station. Chris tears down the map so no one else will ever take that cursed road again.